Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing on this Monday morning? It is the 15th day of January, and it's freezing out here. Literally, it's 31 degrees as I make this 5 minutes after 4 o'clock in the morning, but not nearly as cold as it was this weekend. And on this MLK holiday, if we get into the 50s today, it will feel like a virtual heat wave. But as you know, there's more Arctic air on the way. Pretty interesting stuff. Most of us are under a hard freeze watch, and just issued a little while ago, National Weather Service has put part of north central Alabama under a winter storm watch. Will there be any snowflakes this far south? Maybe. It's certainly possible. I'm going to show you more than one model, and you'll get the idea of how this may play out. Plus, more interesting stuff as far as the numbers go. Let's get into the details. Are you ready?
Here's the map at noon today, and what stands out like a sore thumb is that Arctic surge coming through the Midwest and heading our way, but it's not here yet. For today, if we get into the 50s, and I think we will, that will seem like a heat wave, and you can see the colder air dripping through the Midwest and the Plain States heading this way. For today, mostly sunny. I'll be optimistic. I'll say a high of 54. Low tonight down to about 30. Easterly winds around 4 to 8 miles per hour. A really nice MLK holiday. Here's the map at 6 a.m. tomorrow showing the front into north central Alabama. There's snow back behind the front and even some ice out in Texas. This is the GFS at Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. It shows a very narrow band of extremely light snow approaching Birmingham. Then at midnight, the GFS loses it. It dries out. It falls apart. It doesn't have anything. Let's look at another global model. The European all along has been the more bullish model. It shows an area of light snow approaching Selma at that hour, Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. And then at midnight, it shows it falling apart and drying out and just a few snowflakes left at midnight. So that's the European. Want to look at one more model? Okay, this is the NAM, the North American model, Tuesday at midnight. It hangs on to a few snowflakes moving into central Alabama at that hour, but then it loses it after midnight. So accumulations, well, it's possible that there could be an inch, perhaps in extreme north and northwest Alabama, maybe 2 inches towards Muscle Shoals, 3 to 4 inches out towards the Mississippi River. You see that around Memphis. So just to be on the safe side, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for much of its area of responsibility. As far south as Coosa and Perry County, it does not include us. Teens on Thursday morning, you bet. I think it's going to be a hard freeze. In fact, we're under a hard freeze watch for a couple of nights. The road to recovery on Friday begins as we get back into the 50s. That's the start of nicer things. And over the weekend, we may even be into the low 60s on Saturday. I think Saturday is a dry day. And I think most of Sunday is a dry day as we get into southerly winds, which takes us into maybe the upper 60s, at least the mid to upper 60s on Sunday. Dry during the daytime, I think. But Sunday night, some showers come in. That's not an Arctic front this time. That's more of a Pacific front. So we will cool off behind it, but not significantly. And we need the rain. Boy, most of us are in a stage 1 drought. That's the yellow area. Some of us in southeast Alabama and west central Alabama in a moderate drought. We need some rain. So there's that 20% chance of precipitation, so maybe some light snow. Not much of a chance Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, the wee hours, with a high temperature 34 on Wednesday. We'll be in the teens on Wednesday and Thursday morning, the 50s on Friday, and maybe the low 60s by Saturday. Here's the European printing a high of 33 on Wednesday. It's plausible. And then it has us in the upper 60s on Sunday. That's nice. Followed by an extended period of nice weather that lasts for several days. And the GFS confirms it. It has the 2 coldest mornings as Wednesday and Thursday morning, and then it shows the big warm-up as we get into the 60s over the weekend, followed by an extended mild pattern that lasts through the end of the month. In fact, that January thaw will probably go through at least the last 10 days of January and maybe even spill over into a few days into February. If we get 10 to 15 days out of this, boy, that would be great. We certainly deserve it. It's been an awful winter so far, right?
But let me be clear on this point. If we get into that January thaw that lasts for an extended period of time, perhaps several days, that doesn't mean we are done with winter. Let me be very clear on that point, because there could be some very harsh realities coming at us in February and March. We're certainly seeing some signals about that. All right. Have a great day today. We'll be live on the radio this morning from 6 to 9 on News Talk 93.1 with Greg and Emily and Bailey, who's running around out there somewhere. Jay will be back tomorrow, by the way. Another video for you first thing tomorrow morning at 4:45 as we continue to explore this Arctic adventure we're about to have. And I'll see you later. Have a good day.
Rich Thomas weather.